everybody, welcome back. Got another Masters match for you today. It's against Carlos, and yeah, pretty strong opponent from the other team. Um, First time meeting Carlos, first time playing against him, and I understand that he's kind of reworking a lot of his fundamentals and techniques and everything, just based on like some shoulder stuff that he had been dealing with. So he was telling me about that during the match. But yeah, lots of experience. Yeah, really experienced player, and really good attitude around the game. It was fun playing with him. So I'm excited to show you guys this one today. This was a couple weeks ago, and we're getting deeper into the season now. So not a lot left with Masters. We're coming up to playoffs. Team has been in first place for a while, so we're in good shape in terms of points. I think with 8 ball here, it kind of stuck with the head ball break. As you can see, that's a rough rack. Did not spread at all. And I didn't check the rack, which I usually do. But could have been gaps. Just based on the way I hit it, it seemed like I hit it reasonably full. But, it happens. So this is going to be a tricky one to sort of pick apart. And I like these sometimes. I don't always like them for the first rack of the match, but and I don't remember this one too well, so I'm kind of just rewatching it with you all here today. But we'll try to put this together as we go. This was my second match of the day, so I was feeling pretty good coming into it. I do look at the 9 ball here, so thinking about using the 9 to break it out. The problem with that, from what I remember here and what I'm seeing right now, is that sure, you can come into the 5, you might be able to come into the 8, but you're not really guaranteed to spread an open shot for yourself after that. So I like to just go with an opening safe. Clears out the 13 a little bit, which is good, and then doesn't leave him in a great position. He's got a long shot on the 7 ball. Doesn't have a look at the 2 down here. He's obviously got access to the 6 right here, but it's still shaky, right? First couple shots of the match. Takes a little while to settle in. So it looks like he's going after the 7 ball, which makes sense. That's his open shot. And if he pockets the 7, then nice. So he played that well. Maybe got a little bit more out of it than he wanted. Yeah, overplayed that just a little bit. Because realistically, if you end up table here, you've got a good look at the 4 or the 1. You have some options on those. But early game with a rack like this, you do want to be thinking about defense. Getting ball in hand is going to be a really powerful position. And at that point, you can clear things out, you can chip up the rack a little bit and go safe again, or try to put yourself in a position where you can use ball in hand to spread out the rack and try to get out. I think what he was playing there was the combo cross-side bank, if I had to guess. But unfortunately, scratches down here. Fortunate for us, but unfortunate for him. And now what I'm looking at right away is I've got the ball in hand. 11, 15, 9 are fine. We just have to deal with this cluster. The 8, 10, 12. And I've got the 13 as an option. Feels kind of like a straight pull rack, doesn't it? I've got the option of playing off the 13, and cue ball comes up into the rack this way. I've also got the option of getting above the 15. 15 goes in the corner, and we follow the cue ball down. I end up liking this better because it pushes the 12 towards this pocket. It pushes the 14 down towards the 13. It's basically, instead of pushing balls up table and away from each other, it's pushing them down towards the pockets and closer to each other. I checked there to see if the 12 is on. I don't think it was, but at least I know it's going towards the pocket for the most part. So force follow here. Yeah, that works out. Graze the 8. The 8 is freed up. Basically, everything's freed up. I've got a combo 10 to the 13. The 12 goes, and you might be tempted to take that right away. 12 goes up table. I do go for that, which I think is the right play because it'd be hard to get shape on the 12 later. So just kind of snip draw that into the side, not in the corner. Makes more sense. Play it to the side. Play this combo. Make sure that you lay up the 10 for yourself after the fact. Was good. The cut on the 13 was good, so I give myself an angle on the 10 to get back up table. From there, I was just double checking that the 8 ball goes. I'm looking at the 9 as the key ball, knowing that I'll need to draw into here. I wouldn't really want to try to draw into this window. It's too thin between the 1 and the 4. But basically, we're going 10, 11, 9, 8. I like this play, really using this rail to open up that angle and glide up table. We almost get straight in on the 11, which would have been kind of unfortunate, but we've got enough angle to work with to get back down on the 9. This one's going to be sort of a punchy stroke to bounce off the rail, kind of where I'm indicating on the short rail here, and get down. There's a wide window for the 9 up table. As you get closer, obviously, it's going to thin out for you. Yeah, kind of a stun draw, a little bit of spin on that, and I get almost straight in on the 9, which looks really good. I come over to check my spot on the 8. I look at the 1 almost as a stopper to think that I could draw back into the 1, and I remember getting on that and realizing I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to risk hooking myself or yeah, getting stuck on the 1 ball. So I decide to basically just go for a little bit of draw to stay in a safe position, give myself a cut on the 8. Yeah, just kind of a snip draw from that distance. Go the 8 in the corner. 6 is in play here, but the scratch isn't on unless you really mishit this ball. Yeah, a little bit of a graze on the 6. Nice one. So 1 on the board. Make sure to do the YouTube stuff. The likes on the videos help a lot. It gets more attention on them, gets more people in here. And as always, thanks to the regulars, right? Thanks for you guys being here, and the comments are a lot of fun for me. Shout out to Ryu in particular. Todd Roberts is out there too. I see you guys. Clutch. Yeah, a lot of really great, insightful commentary. Really detailed stuff too, which it's a lot of fun for me. So thank you all. So much better break, obviously. Good spread. I stuck with the head ball. I stuck with the same location for the break shot. But much better result here. Better cue ball too. So the 1 and the 5 are a problem. I don't have access to them right now. Consideration might be using the 7 to draw back up for the 2. I don't know how straight I am on the 7 if I'm able to draw straight back. I think that's what I'm looking at here. Draw off the 7, get to the 2, and then get into the 1 and the 5. Either by breaking them up or playing short side on them. Yeah, overcooked that a little bit. Got too high above the 2. The 8 doesn't really have a pocket right now either, so a couple problems. You're going to want to probably go safe here, bud. You can just kind of play the 5 into the long rail and leave the cue ball between the 5 and the 1. That looks pretty sweet from here. I'm going to play this guy and leave the cue ball between the 2. Touchy, but I think I've got a feel for the speed. Looks like that's where I'm going. Yeah, a little too thick into the 5, but not a huge miss. Ooh, we might break up the 8 ball. All right, 8 ball's nudged out. He ended up with a look at the 15, which is good. He might have the 13 super thin. I think we go 15 to the 13 here. I'm out a little too far. Yeah, I think he's still trying to get his speed dialed in. But he's still got a look at the 14 in the side, which takes him up table. He could play the 12 after that. He's got some options here. A bit of draw over to the long rail. He's good on the 12. He's just got to think of where he wants to go for the 9 and the 10. Might be coming back out for the 10 in the side, 9 in the corner. Getting back down on the 13 might be a little touchy. Yeah, I think that was the idea. This is okay. He's on the wrong side of the 10. This is still playable. Okay, he was able to hold that. It's straighter than I thought, but now he's got a little bit of an angle on the 9. This one's tough though because he'll be stretching. So he's going to want to curve off the 9, come pretty full into it, curve off the 9 here or like up here. He wants to run through this ball. Oh, yeah. Stretched. You could tell kind of a snatchy stroke on that. Stretching a little bit too much. I think just the tip position on contact was thrown off. So the 3 definitely goes past the 13. Hard to tell if the 6 will cooperate or not. You know, we want to be back up there for the 2 ball, so I immediately look at that. Playing the 2 into the side gives you access to the 1 and the 5. So we just got to clear up the 3-6 first and work our way up table. So the 6 had plenty of room, as it turns out. Those are funny, though, sometimes, right? I mean, if there's a ball by the pocket, sometimes it gets caught in your peripheral and you can get a little distracted by it and it can throw off your aim. So I hit that well. Wasn't distracted by the 13, went clean. And we've got enough angle to work with on the 3 to get back up table. We should be playing the 2 ball on the side here. Yeah, good smooth stroke, good amount of spin. Underhit it, but we're okay. 2 still plays. You could play the 5, come back and forth, and you have a pretty good chance of getting on the 1 and or the 2. You could play the 2 super easy, hold it. Yeah, I've got enough to hold it here. Touchy, but this is a good way to get a feel for the table too. Cheating the pocket, right? So you play it here, really full on the 2. Back cut on the 1 takes you towards the 5. Kind of low outside. You don't want to overplay this one, but definitely get below the 5. The sweet. Yeah. Using more spin than draw in that case. Played that well. Judged the speed well. Natural 5 to the 8. Just going to pop this one off the rail. Looking pretty level. Carlos is getting up. He knows the end is nigh. He's shaking his head too. He's feeling that one. All right, that's 2 up for me. Bridging kind of long today, but that just means I'm trusting my accuracy. Let's see how the break works out. Good head ball hit. Nice. That was my best break yet. Good pop. Good head ball hit. Nice and solid. Good spread. Yeah, that was a good one. It's such an indicator of how you're playing, right? If you're not breaking well, everything else tends to go with it. Just a little bit of work to do here, but it's very runnable. So you could open with the 13 to the 14. The 12 ball is really the only complicated ball to shape. Whoa, hit that sloppy. Weird. I don't think there was any reason to play off the 6. Might have just missed that one and got lucky because it went in off the 6. I wonder what happened there, like why I was hitting it that way, if I was just trying to get too much out of the 13. Oh, we're getting punished here, shape-wise. We're not in a great spot. 15 probably still goes from here. You cut the 11. Yeah, cut the 11. Get punished again. Yeah, all right. I deserve that. Really bad shot on the 13. Trying to get too much out of it, I guess. That's all right. Good instinct here. You want to clear up this problem. There's the thinking out there I've heard from several people over the years is instead of just defaulting to clearing up your problem with ball in hand, use ball in hand on a different ball that gets you to where you can address the problem. An interesting way to think about it. In this case, maybe play the 6 and get in to break up the 2-3. You could play the 4 in the side, I guess, and try to get down into the 2-3. I'd be tempted to just play the 2-3 here. I think he's probably doing the right thing. But yeah, it's an interesting way to think about it. Get a ball down and use that ball to get you on the problem. But I think he's fine here. 4 ball works as a stopper. He hit that well. Can be a little tricky to be that close, and obviously he's not in stroke yet, so he's gonna maybe be second guessing his touch a little bit. Now he's reaching for the bridge, which doesn't help your touch either. Yeah, bridging over a ball. He should be okay. I mean, there's nothing crazy with the 2 ball. There's no positional advantage here, so he'll have to figure out something after the 2. Yeah, I'm not sure where he's going next. Got the 5, I think, past the 4. Yeah, it looks like he's going after the 5. Be hard to get safe from here. You could slow roll the 5 into the rail. You wouldn't have to necessarily make it. Leaving me up table is better than selling out a shot. Yeah, he went for it. Oh, he got punished too. That stings. Well, the 1 ball looks like it's blocking the 12. I think that's the 12 down here. Maybe it's not. No, I'm queuing up on that like it goes past. Maybe it doesn't. So play the 12, get on the 15. 15 takes you to the 10. Okay, we're just taking this one down long. That works out fine. Just make sure you get on the right side of the 15. Correct side of it, the left side from our perspective. Yep, little snip draw there. That works. Maybe got a little bit more out of it than we needed, but it's not a big deal. So from here, I think it might look like the cue ball's tracking towards the 8. These side pockets are huge though, right? You can cheat these. Yeah, I went down past it. That's fine. It's going to be hard to shape this one. I cannot tell for the life of me if that's the 10 or the 12, but whichever one that is. It'll be hard to shape that one off the 14. Now, do we change our plan? Does this one go? Can we play that up table? Oh, I'm looking at trying to shape it. Okay, I get back down behind it. I think I remember this one. It must go. I remember this. It's super thin. Had enough room. I'm moving a lot. I don't like this. Long bridge too. Uh, that one was a bathroom break. Camera cut ahead to Carlos getting to the table. Yeah, so he took one other shot that brought him up here. Man, it's a shame I missed that. It's the 12 ball, it looks like. It's a shame I missed that 12. That would have put me on the 14. I could have gotten out from there. That would have been a good out. But, yeah. I think it was what I was saying earlier with a ball being close to your shot line. It can be a little distracting. Overcooked that one a little bit, but he's still okay. The 5 takes you to the 1. Yeah, I might be tempted to take the 5 or the 7 here over the 1 ball unless he can punch out from the 1. Yeah, sometimes when you're not comfortable, you want to take those easier shots to get yourself back in line. Tricky though. Yeah, he might just be trying to punch over. He's got enough room. He can definitely get... Oh, he got a lot out of that. Okay. So he can draw back. 5 takes you to the 8. This could work. A little bit of a cut on the 5, but low outside is going to take you right towards the 8. You should be good. That well. Good one. Yeah, he was telling me his shoulder's just super uncomfortable. So he's trying to rebuild all of his mechanics. Props to him, right? Like that's a crazy thing. Nice. Carlos gets one on the board. Could have had that one. Yeah. Missed not a simple shot by any means, but missed a very makeable ball. So here's an interesting layout. 3-2 should go. Looks like it goes from here. That's a decent opening shot. The 6-4 is on. So if you take solitaire, you'd have to solve for the 5. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Yeah, really you're just figuring out the 5. Opening with the 6-4. This could be fine. You want to try to leave the 6 in a good spot. Ended up bumping the 5? In a weird way? Yeah, that was interesting. I'm going to go rewatch that one. 15 got involved. That was just another kind of sloppy hit. Luckily, yeah, the combo is kind of wired up. Be hard to miss that 4 ball. So the 5 got moved into a playable position. The 6 is thin to the pocket, but it would go. You could also play it into the rail and off the 9. That's what we're going for. Just clean up the 6. Bit of a two-way if we miss. Yeah, that's fine. You don't want to plan to miss that, though. I mean, I could get out from here, but as a backup, the 6 being laid up there is tough for him. He's going to have a hard time getting his 9 ball out of trouble. Yeah, he's in kind of a tough spot. I could see some players going for the cross corner bank on the 9. Good chance of coming in, busting up the 15-12 situation, depending on how you hit it. He's going up table here. But that works. If he misses, he's not really going to sell out unless the cue ball goes wild. Okay, so he overcut that one. Leaves me in kind of a weird spot, which is good for him. I mean, I think that was part of the intention, right, is send me up table. He's got that backup. Nothing goes easy here. The 2-3 might still work. Yeah, I'm looking at it like it's a cut, so I guess there's some space between the 3 and the 2. And then I'm looking at where the 3 ball's going to go after that. I remember feeling really dialed in at this point. Despite giving up a game basically after missing that 12, my mood was still level, trusting my stroke, still bridging pretty long as you can see, so I'm, yeah, trusting tip position. Just cut this combo. Nice. Cut the 2 straight into the heart of the pocket, which is good. Tied up the 3. Kind of a tough outcome there. So thinking in sort of a protective defensive mindset, you don't necessarily want to get rid of your 6 ball. We could play the bank on the 5, which sends the cue ball into this mess. 8 ball is going to be brought into play, not necessarily threatened, but you got to be careful with stuff like that. The 1 ball goes, but then what, right? Where are you going after that? We got to think of a way to knock out our 3 ball, which I do think I go with this 5. Yeah, I'm looking at the cue ball line. Is the 12 going to go into the 8-3 and break those up? Feeling pretty safe with the 6 ball backing me up here. So high outside, high left. Oh, it hopped off the rail a little bit. Every once in a while on these bar tables, you'll find a rail's warped or it slopes a little bit. Or balls can just be different sizes, as we've seen in other videos. I don't know, that one might have just been a warped rail or something, but would have also just mishit it. We're letting Carlos back in. He's got some options. He'll have to figure out his 8 ball and the 6 ball blocker. Hard to get there off the 14. 14 could definitely open up the 3-8, but it doesn't solve the 6 ball. Tough one, yeah. He's got some thinking to do. Thin to 14. It's a good way to open up the 8 ball, but yeah, does it really help you in the big picture here? 9 ball banks. I'd probably just attack that at this point. You're starting to shoot yourself at the end, towards the end of the match. It's or the end of this game anyway, and it's going to get to be do or die. So you just, I'd probably just pop this 9 ball cross corner with a bit of draw to try to shape the 12 in the side. 15's blocked though. Yeah, he's in a tough spot. Maybe you take the 12 in the side now and try to get down into the 3-9-6. This is a rough one. Hard to get safe. Try to tie something up, maybe. I could push the 12 to the rail, leave him between the 12 and the 15. I think he's going for 12 in the side. Yeah, really, really interesting, strategically interesting game here. He's going low outside on this 12 ball on the side. He wants to try to bust these up. Ugh. So missed the cut and didn't quite get the breakout that he wanted to. Maybe just paying too much attention to his cue ball. But he leaves me the combo, so I can clear up that pocket. The 3-9-6 is dead. I mean, you can hit that however you want. It's going to go. What I'm looking at there is where the 9's going to go. I want to make sure I clear that out so that I have an open pocket. You can come full into the 3 ball here, and jab down on it, or you can go off the left side of the 3 ball just to ensure the cue ball moves off. I might body block this one, but yeah, I'm coming off the left side of the 3. Did want to shape the 7. That works okay. Pocket's clear. But now we'll have to get short side on the 5, which is gross. We can get there from the 3. Might just be tempted to take that now, won't we? Because the 7 is there and very playable, but no positional advantage. Hard to hold that for the 3 ball. Certainly to hold it in a way that takes you from the 3 to the 5. I think you just play this here. I think you just play a high ball on the 3 and drift down for the 5. You don't want to overplay it to where you land on the 5. Smooth high ball. Yeah, you're fine. Even underplaying it a little bit like I did, I think you're better off erring on the side of underplaying that. You got a bit of a cut, bit more of a cut on the 5 than you might want, but this is still very playable. Yeah, and hold that. That's well played, good speed. And you're below the 1 ball enough to where you can stun over to the other side of the table. Nice. Yeah, I'm hitting them good. This is that confidence I've been talking about. Trust your process. I'm not overthinking things. I'm not giving myself a ton of time at the table. Awkward queuing, but we'll be okay here. Yep. Don't get cute. Just make the ball. You're going to be fine. Jacked up on this, which I don't think is necessary, but probably just did it because I felt cool. It works. Confidence is coming through. Change my break. Interesting choice based on how well the last break worked out. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't like that I wasn't making balls. Not sure why I just decided to do that. So, lovely APA rules. I would love to take stripes here. Can't have it. Three's blocked in the corner. 7 goes, luckily. I do have some kind of shot. And this is where I want to go. So I'm going to be punching off the 7 across table. You really shouldn't mess with the 8 ball here, but this is your window. to get on the 1 and the 6. Good speed control. Just float over. Oh, overplayed it a little bit. All right. Okay. I see the out. I remember this rack. The 4 ball is on. So you can play the 4 and float down for the 6 or the 1 up here. It's a big window. It's speed control to get over under the 6 and the 1. You don't want to get ahead of yourself here. Good positional play. I decided to come down a little bit farther because the window's wider from over there. And you do not want to take these for granted. What I looked at this point is basically you shoot the 6 as a stop shot, you shoot the 3 as a stop shot, and you shoot the 1 as a stop shot, and it takes you, it's just 4 stop shots in a row. And I shoot that one into the rail. Really weird. I don't think I rushed it, just looking at my pace. That one I think was just taking it for granted. It was too easy of a shot for me to give it the respect that it deserves. It's frustrating, man. That one is still catching me too often in my game. That kind of thing catches me, where it's the so-called easy out. I see the pattern and I relax a little bit too much because it's like, oh, I've solved it already. And okay, I figured this out, so I'm done. Like I don't have to do anything. And at this point in my game, when I relax like that, my fundamentals just go out the window. You miss a stop shot like that. A longer shot, sure, but very routine stop shot. I came away feeling a little flustered from that one for sure. He's got some work to do to clean this out. The 10 being in the center of the table, you have to shape that pretty well. For one of the side pockets. Might go for that now? No. Yeah, he wanted to use another ball to get on that. He's got to solve that 10 ball. It's hard to tell if he's playing the 9 or the 12 here. Okay, he's got the 9. A little bit of a back cut on the 12. Can take you around table. He's got the 10. See if he looks at it. Because you could play the 10 here. You'd have to dig into it a little bit. I don't know if I like the 10. Gotta come around. Gotta go. Yeah. So he's left with a thin cut on the 10 and the side. These are funny. You can overcut these. Seems unlikely because it's a thin cut to begin with, but sometimes you just overcompensate on that shot. The shape is tough here too. You'd have to go high inside, so high right, thin this 10 ball, and then come into the short rail and either come straight down or really overplay it and come into the long rail. I kind of like overplaying it a little bit, which is why you would go thin. He's got to hit this really good though. I think he knows where he's going. Oh, we got it. He's getting there. Oh, he's in kind of a tough spot with the 11. It's still playable, but this is nobody's favorite shot. Or if it is somehow your favorite shot, tell me. I don't think I'll believe you. Cuttable. You can cut this in the bottom right corner. You got to do some work to get the cue ball into a good spot for the 8. Kind of leave the cue ball down table, play the 8 up in the corner. Yeah, he's not he's not in love with this. It goes, man. You can bear down on this. Low outside. Yeah, you can keep the cue ball down here, or you can let it go a little bit. Play the cue ball on the side. You gotta bear down and make this 11 ball. Come on, Carlos, you got this one. I'm rooting for him now. Doesn't look like he's cutting it properly, though. Oh, he's adjusting. Yeah, he's adjusting while he's down. Not looking good. Oh, it almost went anyway. All right. And I'm coming back to the table. I get another shot at this rack, which by rights, you know, the shoulds come up. I should have done this. I should not get this thing, whatever that means. Take what's in front of you. Play your game. So these positions can really help you settle down. What I mean by that is you can take this 1 ball, shoot this in the bottom left-hand corner, and if you miss, not that you want to go into a shot thinking that way, but if you miss, he's not going to have any kind of shot on the 11 ball. So this helps you settle because you feel safer, right? You get to just shoot that shot without any real, or not as much of a fear of consequence. And now, as a result, I relaxed and I made the shot, which is cool, but I didn't avail myself any kind of position here. So you got to come with another shot. Really got to earn this one, which is also good, right? If you're able to do that, if you end up earning these, that's going to settle you too. So we got to make a good stun shot here on the 3 ball. Get good on the 6. You can let it drift down a little bit. Yeah, I let it drift. That works. So I'm below the 6. I'll have to pinch back a little bit for the 8 in the side, or the 8 in the corner. But it's looking pretty good. Two good shots in a row. That'll definitely settle me down. A little bit of a pinch and drift out. That's going to be fine. Let's go nice and smooth through this ball. Nice one. Remember the YouTube stuff. All right, that takes us into the 9-ball set. We're up 4-1. Race to 7. We got to try to snap up these last couple games. 9 was moving. Lost our cue ball a little bit. It's always a little weird coming from your 8-ball break to your 9-ball break, but I don't know. I practiced them enough that I realistically, I can make that adjustment. You go safe here, Carlos, or are we trying to play the 8-ball? Trying to play the 8-ball. Maybe he's trying to play the 9 as well. I don't know. There's a lot of movement there. So interesting layout. Not a runnable layout, I'll say. So you probably just, I remember this part of the match. This is funny. So the bottom right-hand corner of the screen here, like just below my camera, is Curtis, one of my teammates. And he went over to Carlos at this point in the match, and Carlos was like, man, what am I doing? Like, I can't play. What's going on? I just don't know what to do. And Curtis gave him a little pep talk, like gave him some advice. Like, hey, blah, 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 you do this. And what it amounted to is like, don't worry so much about getting perfect. Like, just focus on making the ball. Like, just get yourself back in stroke. Which sometimes that's all we need to hear, you know? Meanwhile, I'm like, bro, you're on my team. Why are you giving my opponent some advice? Anyway, yeah. So I play this well because there's not really an out. You just make that 1 ball, put yourself in a good spot to play safe. And it's a good safe. It's not a locked up safe by any means. I leave him a pretty easy 1-rail kick, but it's hard to make the 2 ball from here. But yeah, behind the scenes, Carlos got his little pep talk, so we'll see if he, he starts to let his stroke out a little bit here and kind of get into a rhythm. Yeah, like I said, pretty straightforward kick. And he leaves me a good look at the two. The two will go past the 6, so your eyes just immediately dart to the 9 ball. And what I'd like to do here is send the 2 into the rail behind the 6 and then into the 9. Which it does, but then it doesn't go somehow. It bobbled the 9. And Carlos has got to look at the 2. And he's probably just going to fire it at the 9 like I did. I remember this one. Watch this one. Two to the 6 to the 9, and it goes. Yay, 9 ball. All right, he's breaking. Pulls the cue ball back. It's a result of kind of low tip position. The 2-9 kind of dresses up, doesn't it? But the 1's cuttable. Kind of tough to shape the 2 unless you're going sort of low outside. So you cut the 1, 2 ball can, or the cue ball can come back this way. You just thin it with no spin and make sure you get back down table. This is touchy. Or you play safe because that's way smarter. Probably got enough room behind the 7 to get at least a good hit on it, but good decision there, man. Don't need to, oh, he's just going to take the 9 ball out of the equation, which is also a thing you can do. That's fine. Yeah, he just didn't like the idea that I would have ball in hand from the 1 to potentially get on the 2-9, which is probably what I would have done, in fairness. So nothing easy here, though. I mean, looking at this layout, you can get on the 2, but even with ball in hand, this is kind of tricky. There's a window between the 6 and the 8 that gives you a look at the 2. That's what I look at here, but it's not great. You might be able to see the 2, but you're not guaranteed to get into a position where you can make it. So I end up going safe here again. Just kind of lock him behind the 7. It's not our best work. You want to just play the cue ball there. I might have been a little too focused on the 1 ball position, but there's no reason I couldn't get him fully behind the 7 ball, between the 7 and the rail. We know how to do that. He doesn't, I don't believe he can shoot straight at the 1 here. Oh, maybe he can. Oh, we really botched this one. Yeah, he had full access to the 1. This is what happens, you get punished. So probably a long rail kick on the 1 ball here. Yeah, we want to come from up there. At this point, this was a few weeks ago now, about 3 weeks ago, still getting my 1 rail kick dialed in. So I make a good hit, but it's not super full hit. Unfortunate to scratch on the side. Silly stuff, but I'm still pretty new to this new system, this 1 rail kick system that I've been using. So I didn't get a full enough hit on it. I'm happy with the hit at this point. And since then, I've gotten much better with that kicking system. If you saw my live stream, you saw me make some pretty good kicks. So I've been really happy with that. Thanks to you, those of you in the comments sharing resources and systems and advice. That kind of stuff is really useful to me. I really appreciate that. He's gonna just maybe draw off the 2-ball here to pinch back for the 3. Yeah, kind of a... He wanted to make sure that he got through, like past the 8. So the angle off the 2-ball was a little awkward. This is a weird situation though, because the 3's not very makeable. He might just be looking at sending the 3 towards the 9. Yeah, he just wants to fire at the 9-ball here. It could go. If you cut the 3 properly. You're turning the cue ball loose, which is a little risky, but let's see where he ends up on this one. I'd probably just go safe here, to be honest. You could thin the 3 in behind the 9 and the 8 and then roll back up table. Or you could go full into the 3 and just put the cue ball behind the... Yeah, I don't know. That was a kind of a tough position. But yeah, you could go full into the 3 and put the cue ball behind the 8 and the 9 and send the 3 back down table. Three banks here. I'm going to cut this, it looks like. Maybe thin it and hold it. Oh, that's going to frustrate me. Yeah, a little too worried about shape on the 4. Leaving the door open. Giving Carlos some chances here. Very makeable 3-ball. Position is all but guaranteed unless you really mishit this shot. He kind of eased that one in. I'd be going firmer on that one. Kind of tip low. Pinch back just a little bit. I think he's got access to the 4-ball. He's got to look at it for sure. Certainly didn't get fully hooked behind the 9, but he's not in a great spot either. Okay, good hit. Yeah, he decided to go in behind it. So he makes a good hit and doesn't fully tie up the 4. I've got a look at the left side of it, which would cut into the side, but it's not really a positional advantage. Kicking this in is risky. Yeah, I'm just going to make sure to take the hit here. Powering up like I'm going to fling this around. Oh, I had enough of it to try it in the corner. Just missed it really bad. I give him a look at the edge of it too. That one might have just been a frustration thing. I sort of rushed it. Yeah, I didn't bear down on that shot at all. So there's some slippage happening, right? You can see I was dialed in early in the match, and I'm relaxing a little bit now, and Carlos is making me pay for it. He's got to look at the 4. You could go safe here. The 4-ball cuts. I don't remember what he does. Is he kicking at it? No, he's going to cut it. Scratches on if you mishit this. Oh, missed it. When I said the scratch was on, I wasn't thinking about that specifically, but okay, ball in hand. Solve the 4 to the 5, and you're in pretty good shape. So what I like to do in situations like this is you get down below the 4, roll through the 4 ball into this rail, and go towards the shot instead of shooting from over here, which I can't even tell. I think the 4 goes in the corner, but instead of shooting from over here and trying to draw back up for the 5, when you shoot a shot that way, you're sort of going at it blind. You can't see the target window. With this kind of follow shot, you see where you're going. And using that rail, it's sending you towards that target. I always prefer to shoot those when I can. In this case, slightly underhit it, but I mean, this is good shape. You play the 5 thick into the side pocket here, cheat it a little bit, because you want a good angle on the 6 to get down on the 7. Yep, just play that full. And you can't really hold the cue ball here. You don't want to play into the 7 or like through the 7 and the 8. So just pinch this off the 6 down and back out. This one's helping me settle, you can tell. Getting back into my rhythm and trusting these hits. Yeah, cheat that one. Punch back up. These are good. You can roll through the 7 ball, takes you right to the 8 in the corner, or you can pinch off it. I think I draw back here. Yeah. Okay, down in front. I'm convinced that some people just don't notice the camera. And then some people do and just don't care. All right, that's a well played out. I think the only thing was I got slightly bad on the 5, but that's always going to happen, right? Like you can't let that stuff sabotage your out. Good one. That's got to feel good. Or if you're me, it doesn't feel good. Nothing feels good, and you just hate the game all the time. You give yourself a hard time on everything. I'm working on it, though. I'm getting there, guys. It's that emotional side of the game. That's the work right now. So, good break, good cue ball, good spread. 1 ball's a little unfortunate. I haven't gotten to the point where I can reliably make the 1 ball on the side on these tables, especially not with an opponent racking. So we just go safe. Yeah, get him really nasty in there behind the 6. Yeah, good one. Good speed. Kind of a touchy kick at this one. Looks he's lining up well, though. We should get this. Nice hit. Resafes me. Try to masse around. Yeah, give him some taps for that. Try to masse around the 9. The jump is tough here because it's so close to the 9. A dart jump could probably do it. Masse is tough, though, because you are so close to the 9. You'd have to hit away from the 9 pretty dramatically with enough curve to eventually correct and come back towards the 1. It's doable, but hard to control. Yeah, I'm really digging in on this one. Got to, though. Close. Super close. Yeah, he made a good kick, hit, and resafe. So that worked out really well for him. Even if I had made the hit on that 1 ball, it kind of hard to make that work out. This is sort of what I was saying in that last rack when I went from the 4 to the 5. He's using ball in hand to send himself towards the 2 ball, which I really like. Mishit the 1, which is tough, but I think he made the right decision there by playing short side on the 1 to roll down table. I don't think everybody would make that choice. I think you could also just play that with draw. simplify the shot on the 1 and just kind of screw back down table. I probably would have played it that way, but I don't fault him for wanting to just roll towards the next shot. I don't remember here if the 8-9 is wired. It doesn't look like it. So I think the idea might have been to get on the 2 to where I could nudge those out. Kind of unlucky to get pretty straight on the 2. It'll be hard to get back out from here. Big pockets though, so you can... Yeah, I think what I'm trying to do is basically overcut the 2 into this rail so that it still goes in, and that the cue ball comes up and off the 6. Didn't quite draw it enough or cut it enough. Yeah, I think I just mishit that one in a couple different ways, really. Kind of a tough spot. Long on the 3. Tough to get safe. Might just attack here, try to cut this in. Digging into the cue ball too, which is going to masse. Yikes, I don't know what that was. Did we get a bit of a roll? That was ugly. Don't love that. I don't know what the intent... no, I do remember that. I was trying to send the 3 towards the 8-9. I do remember the decision there. The outcome was pretty abhorrent, but what are you going to do? He's got to look at the 3. Okay, so he was trying to get safe and sort of stop me in behind the 6, which is a good idea from there. It's hard to control, but good idea, especially if you have that much of the 3 available to you to play kind of a stop shot. Cut this in. Good play. Friendly nudge from the 7. So sort of a weird situation, though, because the 8-9 is not wired up. Wow, I just get right down on this one. I'm going to try to bust these out. Yeah, I should have taken a second on that. So I played the 6 really well, but you want to come off the top side of that 8 ball. And because I came into them full, which is good, like automatic process was on, but I didn't dial it into the right kind of automatic hit. I needed to tell myself to come off the top side of that 8 ball. So the 6 ball played really well. The hit was really good, but not the hit that I needed. So now I have to rely on a jump. Pretty touchy jump shot from here. Getting the hit is not too complicated. I mean, most jump shots are difficult. This one's close. Yeah, we're kind of close to the 8 ball. Not looking great. Oh man, caught a piece of the 8. This is not going to work out. Easy 3 ball out with ball in hand. So bad decision on the 6, or no decision on the 6. Probably giving up a game here if Carlos can clutch up. A little bit of talk on the side. I don't know. Maybe that was scoring. Yep, pretty routine out here. You can make this 9 ball from pretty much anywhere up table. Get cute and draw back over. That's what I'd do. That's totally fine. Oh, bobbled it in, but that goes. All right, doors open, Carlos. Just letting them in. A bit of a skip there. I don't know if that was a bathroom break or just a sort of a delay. Spin back down for the 2. Oh, he went the other way. Okay. He can't be too upset about that. Because he missed, but it didn't leave me in a great spot. It looks like the 5-7 plays here, but then what, right? You're sending the 1 ball up table. Kind of tough to get safe. Maybe looking at kicking at the 1. So go in behind it and send it to the other side of the stack. I don't mind that. There's a lot that can go right with that shot. I don't know that I needed to hit it at that pace, but at least you're guaranteeing a rail. So he's got another opportunity here. Played that well. A little bit of work to do to get on the 4, but he's got enough of an angle to get back up for the 4 in the side. 5-7's on. Well, he's not going to love that. Yeah, he came in too full on the 1. Bridging over the 5. It's still makeable. If you bear down, the 8 ball's going to stop you. 5-7's on. Yeah, I think this is his key shot here. Yeah, weird, tough bridging here. Ugh. All right. And these can settle me. I've talked about this in other videos. They're sort of long straight-in shot, especially if I get a chance to use that sort of stun follow. I don't know why I like that so much, why that feels so good for me, but level out, long straight-in shot, a little bit of a stun follow to just kind of drift down. Those can really dial me in. Yeah, smooth queuing. That one looked pretty good. 5-7's on, so we just want to roll down, probably cue ball on the short rail. Dress up the 5 next. The same pocket. That looks good. Plenty of options here. You can just come back across table, play the 8 in the top left corner. I think some people would shape the 8 in the side, but to me that's a little bit too much movement, kind of unnecessary movement. Oh, we're getting real close to it, aren't we? That's fine. A little risky. I don't know if we needed to do all that, but maybe just slightly mishit the 5. But we're looking good here. Punch back over. Good speed. That 4 ball, guys. That 4 ball really settled me down for this particular rack. Yeah, really still. It's what it needs to be. Good closeout. Lost my cue ball on the break. Good spread. Yeah, didn't hit it full. Giving up ball in hand with a nice open table. This could settle him down. A very runnable rack. Get yourself an angle on the 3. 4 takes you easily right around for the 7. He should get out here. Drifted up a little bit. That's okay. Still enough angle to work with. Just pop back out for the 4. Oh boy. Still okay. I don't know if he wanted all that, but he's using the Curtis advice from a few racks ago. That's fine. And you could spin around this 9 ball. I think that's the play. I wouldn't really want to stay on this side. I want to come into the 7 here and spin around, use that second rail to open up the angle. Yeah, this is good. Nice. It's the way to play it. And is he on the back side of the 8? Might be. Didn't quite get into line here. Oh no, he might have enough of it to just stop it. Okay, he did have to punch across. Did it good. Puts that one away. Doors open, Carlos. Okay. And he counts them just to double check. Sort of a tricky spot here. I do think I have enough of the 1 to cut it. But we like the safe, don't we? Go thin off the 1, put him behind the 9. Jacked up a little bit. Don't love that. Yeah, not my best work. Did not get behind the 9. The angle was there, but hit it kind of weird. Hit it at a weird speed. So he's got access to the 1 ball here. Got to make a pretty good shot to get back on the 2 on the side. But he's elevating, so he does want to try to stun across, maybe. Not enough to bounce off, but he's pretty good on the 2. Play safe. Maybe just sort of send the 2 ball to the rail. Let the cue ball drift over here. He's going to fire in the 4 ball combo, apparently, which I didn't see. I don't know if he saw it either, to be fair. But we'll give him credit. I think he probably lined that up. Kicking at the 2. Is this a big kick? See if we can make something happen. He put some pace on it. He's not getting safe. Well, he gave me a look at the 2 ball, but he's pretty safe in terms of not selling out a shot. All right, do we split him? Come off the 2, put him behind the 9. We gotta shut this down. Yeah, I think we're just gonna split him. In off the 2. Not quite. Just send him up table. Gave him a look at the 2. See, I think I like that play. Kind of split this way, send him back this way behind the 9, or you just go really thin off the 2 and put him over here behind the 9, and the 2 ball ends up out here or like on the 6 or something. This isn't terrible, but I gave him a look at the 2, maybe even enough of the 2 to make it in the bottom left. These slight judgment errors. Not giving up ball in hand or anything, but enough that he can work with it. Oh, he just barely missed that one. All right, here's our chance. 6 balls key. Clutch up, make the 2. Position's pretty much guaranteed on the 3. And from the 3, you got to make sure you get good to where it sends you to the 5. And the 5 takes you to where you need to be on the 6. So some kind of touchy stuff here. But played that well. We got pretty straight on the 3. Cheat the pocket a little bit. Pinch off, sort of low right. We want to get on the high side of the 5 ball. So as we're looking at the top long rail, we want to be up above that. Yeah, kind of in there so that we can drift towards the 6. Even just a stop shot on the 5 would give us a look at the 6. Okay, we went the other way on the 3. That's fine. I think we got on the shot line, maybe not quite past it where we wanted to be. Bear down, and that's fine. A little bit of a snip. These are touchy, as you know. Can't tell if it's frozen or not, but make this one come back across. Gotta bear down on this one. Don't take it for granted. Overcut it. That's frustrating. I think I just played that one with a high ball. Yeah, I just missed the cut. He probably gets out from here. Just float down, takes you above the 7. Make sure you get good on the 8. I think he'll be okay. All right, he crossed the line, but he can still get good on the 8. Okay, he's going short side on the 8. This can work out. Just bear down. Sometimes you got to take that right. You got to make your current shot easy, knowing that your next one's going to be a little tougher. Just stay at the table. Don't have to do anything with the cue ball here. Just make sure you bear down on the 8. Cut. Okay, run that one up the rail. It's a forgiving long rail. As long as you don't undercut it. Okay, just like that, it's 6-5. He's keeping me on the hill and creeping back in. All right. We're at the table. Have a good look at the 1. The 2-7-6 situation is messy. I think I'm looking at sort of punching across table to get short side on the 2. From here, it looks like I could sort of spin off the 1 and curve down this way. But I think what I'm looking at is coming off the 1 like this. Just go safe on the 2 if we get down there. Yeah, I think I like that side better. Okay. Key shot. You got to get safe. We need that ball in hand. You want to open up the 2. The play, these are touchy on bar tables because you just never know. But the play would be to thin the cue ball in behind the 6, right? That's what I'm trying. Oh. Didn't hit it well. I don't think that had anything to do with the table. I just didn't hit that well. So I came too full into the 2 ball. Didn't give the cue ball enough oomph to get through the 6-7. Didn't sell anything out, but he could make us pay for this one. Is he powering up? Is this like a bank? Hard to tell. He sent the 2 ball into the 3 and banked the 3 ball back in the side. It's a good shot. If that's what he was planning, that's a real good shot. He's shaking his head, so maybe not. I think he was probably trying to get safe. Two ball goes. You just attack here, I think. You don't want to back off after a fluke like that. Run this two up the rail. Oh, we overcut. All right, man. Here's your chance. So just come back across for the 4. You really don't have to worry about getting too neat on the 4. Just get past the 9. Just get past the 9, I said. Oh man. Yeah. Too much spin. Use too much spin there, not enough force on the stun. Okay, well, we can kick at it, but then what? Not. You can't really count on making this ball from here. All right, here's my kicking system. Let's see if it works out for me today. I'm looking pretty composed, though, I have to say. I mean, I'm not looking too flustered. All right, stay level. We learned from the last one. Center ball. Good hit. Sell out the 4. No, come on. Oh, I think he's got enough of the cut. Good center ball hit, though. This kick system is working out for me, man. Oh, it's a heartbreaker about coming off the 2 ball like that, getting hooked behind the 9. I think with that 2 ball, you just gotta plan to overplay it. Oh, he's not gonna love that. He's okay. He's still okay. He can definitely make this. Position's all but guaranteed. Oh, the stretch. Man. I got 2 big chances in this rack. You got to get out here, dude. You got to get out. Oh, he's bummed about that one. Yeah, I would be too. Punch back over. Huge window for the 6. Stay level, stay still. Let's see. Good punch. All right. Got the fire in his eyes. Can he close out? Come on, man. That looks good. Just thin this 7 ball up table. Takes you right towards the 8. So make sure to take up as much of the rail as you can. Slide that in. I gotta start playing on diamond tables more, man. I'm getting away with some ugly stuff. Nice. Good stop shot there. There we go. Get behind the ball. Pre-shot routine. Take your breath. Trust your stroke. And put it away. My goodness. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Bit of a back and forth, right? Like we were giving some stuff away. Not a ton of silly stuff happening, so still playing pretty strong overall. And you got to just celebrate the wins, celebrate the gains in your game, see where things are improving, and just psych yourself up that way, right? Like we put the practice in for a reason. We learn about these things and apply them for a reason. Trust the automatic stuff. Come up with a good plan, commit to the plan, all the things that we know, right? So you're seeing it being brought to bear in these games. Like I said, we're pretty deep into the season, so things are looking good for us. We just got to make sure we get through playoffs. Those are coming up pretty soon. We have 1 more month of normal play, and then it's the playoffs. And if we get through the playoffs well enough, we'll qualify for Vegas. So we're gunning for it. Fingers crossed. Thanks again to everybody who comes back regularly. welcome to any new viewers. If you're here at the end of the video, definitely subscribe and do thumbs up and everything. More content like this to come. Lots more matches and more commentary like this. I'm going to be playing a lot. Got to get sharp if we're going to Vegas in August. So thanks again to everybody for being here, and I will see you again soon.